Coming in first, all the way from Australia, we have Steven.
Hi everyone, my name is Steven. I am male. I am from Australia, from the east coast of Australia. I like to think I can get people to think I'm on their side, like I agree with them or I'm on the same level or the same wavelength as them. Doesn't mean that's true. Being the person that people reach out to when they need to make a move and thinking of me first would be how I'd like to approach this game. Last game I played with my husband there did not go well. I kind of freaked out that he was there, didn't know how to manage him, told everyone, he's a snake, I don't want to deal with him, like he's a baddie, make him go away. And kind of Streisand affected that whole thing where it's just like, please don't look here, and everyone looked there. The other thing to try now is the complete opposite and just pretend he doesn't exist for a few days, and hopefully that works out.
Jeremy!
Usually, I go by Peg for online and live reality games. I'm 34. I'm from Colorado Springs. I train artificial intelligence, and so much about Survivor, at least to me, is being willing to be used. The more you can be used, the further you can get the game, the more you can use someone else later on. I don't think I can win because I've won a game like this before, and I think if we played 1,000 of these, I would never be allowed to even sniff the final. That's my goal. How do I make people want to use me? Because if they can use me, that's great.
Shay from Chicago.
My name is Shay. I'm 36 or 37 years old. Honestly, I don't really remember at this point. I'm currently living in Chicago, Illinois, from New York originally. Go Mets. A big part of how I approach this game is going to be based on how do I keep my threat level low. And I think if I can figure out how to do that, which I haven't been successful at that yet, but if I can do that, then I might go further in this game than I've gone in games in the past.
Next is Mika, aka Vash.
I'm 27, but actually I think by the time games start, I'll be 28. I'm currently a graduate student for physics at Lehigh University. I currently live in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Normally when it comes to like more online games, I'm a lot stronger, more inclined, and my strongest attribute is normally somewhere in the challenge prowess, or at least in the terms of team challenges where I'm very good at corralling people. I'm one of those people who's usually less intrigued by small talk than others. Strategy is number one, far and away, going to be my strongest asset in this.
Drew!
I am 31 from Michigan. My strategy is to try to come off as like more like naive and like innocent. I think I'm pretty good at building relationships with people on like a emotional level. And I think that can sometimes come to my advantage. I think people underestimate me sometimes too, which can also be helpful. In a live reality game, it's a lot different than an online one where you only have so much time to spend with people in real life. So just trying to make sure that I'm managing each of those relationships well. But I think I'm pretty good at connecting with people in a short amount of time that I'll have with them, especially one-on-one, especially with people that I've never met before. I feel like I'm pretty good at making a good first impression with them.
Warm welcome for Brayland, our last 18th spot literally yesterday. Hi, Brayland! Derek!
So my name is Derek. I am from the suburbs of Cleveland, Ohio. I am 28 years old. I go by he, him pronouns, and I work at a Trader Joe's. When it comes to like my personal play style, I would say social is my strongest aspect in these games. I'm here to make friends, I'm here to have fun, and I know how to come off in a way that I like to. This would be only my second live game. I'm still kind of new to it. I have been playing games online for over 10 plus years. With my first experience, I was a little too social. I was giving a little bit too much information to everybody. I am kind of in this learning curve of how much information to give and how much to keep to myself. To ensure that there is not a negative perception that I'm too social, that I'm working with too many people or trying to play every side. But at the same time, that's very much my bread and butter. I love to play every side. My name is Derek. I'm here to have fun. I'm here to be the life of the party and vote people out along the way.
Emily.
Or M, I don't care. She, her, 25.
And where are you from?
Texas. Well, historically, like my 2 games I've played, but historically, I feel like the vibes I bring to the table are like the chill, good energy vibes that people kind of underestimate or overlook for too long. I either take it too seriously and like put too much stock into the alliances that I've formed. I've only ever played these online. Also, weakness that I haven't really watched the show that much. So again, don't have much to like go off of.
Next up, we have Amy.
I'm 34. I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota. My pronouns are she, her. I guess I'm hoping that somebody like a Jam Jam, somebody who's just like nice, can do well, because I think that's my only shot. I have a very logical, crunchy, brainy job. I have a degree in neuropsychology, so like that'd be neat if I could use that to manipulate people. I don't know how that'll play in person. I don't know if I'm likable. I've never had to meet myself before.
Next up is Justin.
Hey, what's up? I'm Justin Lopez. Let's see, I just turned 30 and from Texas, baby. Let's go. In my experience in life, I can connect with people fairly quickly and from all different walks of life. So I think I can use that to my advantage. I'm fairly like physically fit, you know, I stay active. I try to be strong. I'm a dad. I got dad muscles. I got a little bit of a dad bod going. So I think that gives me a little bit of a leg up there. Puzzles, not so much. You know, again, I'm a dad. My brain, a little tired. Every game needs a winner. You're looking at them right here, right? I've played sports. I've won national titles in, you know, in Quidditch. Sure, not a real sport, but I'm a winner. Okay, winning is in my blood. It's in my bones.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, my name's Kevin. I am 45 years old. I'm from the DC area, Silver Spring, Maryland specifically. And I'm a programmer by trade. I am generally more of a social player, and I fancy myself as more strategically competent than I actually am. I'm a lot better at finding people who are smarter than me and making them like me and just riding their coattails a little bit. People will, you know, bombard you with questions. They're going to be like, what's the one move that you did all on your own? What did you own? And I'm going to be honest, I think that's usually bullshit, because I think everything that you do in this game is something you're doing with somebody else. I've been in orgs where, you know, I just didn't click with people. I can seem a little too wolfy or just like not necessarily playing too hard, but I can seem threatening. If I can't establish that foothold, it's going to be tough. If I can, then I think that I can build some really strong bonds that can take me far.
Chan.
Hi, I'm Chan. I'm 29, living in Dallas, Texas, and I go by she, her pronouns. I think I am a premier socialite. I can talk to a wall. I could be friends with anybody. And I feel like I'm very multifaceted in terms of my background. I grew up an athlete. I grew up a musician. I am a reality TV nerd. I was always a nerd at school, but I was the type who had like friends in every place. I know when to grow out. I know when to be with my girlies. So I definitely think I can make strong connections and know how to use them to progress myself further in the game. In the online versions of games I've played, people have literally thrown so I could win. I think that shows what my social prowess can do. My downfall, see, she's humble too. A few different things could go wrong. I mean, the obvious, I could be seen as a threat, especially if some of the people there are a bit more introverted. I've seen in this community, sometimes people are a bit more shy and a little awky, and that's okay, we love them. But sometimes I've been told I'm intimidating. So my goal is to just be as warm and friendly as possible to overcome that possible threat level. I yap a lot, and talking, I don't think that I would talk too much in terms of like filling my strategy or anything, but talking too much obviously doesn't help me lay low. Like, I've never been chill a day in my life. I really want to test myself and see if the logic strategy part of me can overcome the emotional mess that I can be sometimes. And that's on self-awareness.
Santi.
All right, hey everyone, what's up? My name is Santiago. I am 42 years old from Austin, Texas. I am a property manager. He, they, outwit is my favorite because I love outsmarting people. especially in high-stress situations within these games, not in real life. There are moments within the game where I feel backed into a corner and there's no other options left. Then it becomes a scenario of having to fight my way. I think sometimes that will scare players into being like, oh fuck, we need to get rid of this guy because he is like a loose cannon. If I get bored within a game, I will just start shit to start shit. I've counted so many hundreds of hours playing these games. I'm gonna win resilience because I like to bring chaos, mess, and fun, and who doesn't love that?
Trinica.
My name's Trinica Sampson. I'm 30 years old and I am from Austin, Texas. So my plan coming in would definitely be rolling with the punches and being a little more flexible than I have been in previous games that I've played. The most fun that I ever have in Survivor is when I'm in those situations where I've lost and I have to figure out what to do. The social and the strategy, figuring out where you stand compared to where you think you stand. My social gameplay has been very much trying to find myself in the center of a group of people and connecting with each of them on something unique. I think my challenge in the past has been being clocked as somebody who's doing that. The goal is to play the middle without looking like I'm playing the middle, which I don't know that I have successfully done so far, but I'm hoping to this time. I think I'm going to bring a fun sense of humor, and maybe a little evil gameplay to resilience. I want to lie more. I want to plant seeds of doubt and just straight up tell false stories and get the paranoia churning. Previous connections destroyed my first game, so it's a bit of a sore spot for me. It's just the name of the game. People are gonna know people. I'm a relative newcomer. I played my first game this summer. But if I do find out that people are connected, one of them's gotta go.
Last but not least, we have Chris, and Chris.
Hey, my name is Chris, aka T-Bone, aka the best, right? Pronouns he, him. I'm 33 and I currently live in the Boston area. I am going to have a strategy, and potentially a social strategy, of just trying to lay low, not be the biggest personality. In fact, I would like to identify the biggest personality in the cast and attach myself to them. I know that I'm great, and if they let me get to the end, it's the biggest mistake they're all going to make because I'm going to convince the jury to give me the win. I think my biggest weakness in a social game is I do have maybe an not off-putting personality, a direct personality that seems maybe more aggressive than it actually is. Oh no, the weather in Texas I am dreading. I've never been to Texas in my life, and I had planned on keeping it that way, but then I got invited to this game, so fortunately I'm gonna have to go to Texas once in my life. But never again. Never again.
I'm Chris Damaris, and I'm, it's hard to remember, 37, male, from Austin, Texas. For social pizzazz, here's what I'm good at. I'm good at being bad at things socially, and I'm so bad socially that it's disarming. I try not to be mean to people. Physical prowess, as I play D&D professionally. My strategy is to not think too much about strategy, so your mind games won't work on me. Whatever you're trying to mind game me, it just goes, it's like hitting a wall. There's nothing in here.
My name is Chris, and pronouns is he and him, 30 years old, and I currently live in Australia. My go-to is always the social side of things, both from playing Survivor online, but also just interacting with people generally. It's something I really enjoy in the general sense, and I think that really does translate to Survivor and Survivor in person as well. When it comes to the strategy side of things, that's probably what I struggle most with, especially in a fast-paced environment. My husband being in the game will be especially interesting because when we first expected that we might be doing this together. We hadn't played a Big Brother game together yet, which was incredibly fraught. It's not a complete given now for people that we will be tight, but definitely I think we need to be wary of that.
All right, my name is Chris Arias. I am 37 years old. I live in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I am a sportsbook manager. It's going to be my first time playing a live action version. It is probably going to be a lot of online people playing in real life for the first time, and tells and strategies that you might have on your keyboard don't necessarily translate when you're face to face. When it comes to real life, I might actually be better at challenges than I would be in front of a keyboard, because I played baseball and I wrestled in high school. I have pretty good hand-eye coordination and pretty good dexterity. So hopefully leading into my social and challenge prowess would be enough to get me through the game.